Hello, day 41 of 100 Days of Making Comics with me, Jamie Gamble. JamieGamble.com, MicroMaxStudios.com, and Patreon.com / Jamie Gamble. So the idea is every day for 100 days to use up, set aside 30 minutes of your day to work on your own projects. Or your own comics, or in my case, my comics, because I don't really have anybody else's that I work on. I don't have client work. I have my day job and family stuff, and all of that. So it's finding time in a day to work on that. There was a comment for yesterday's video. How does it feel to be so close to the halfway mark? It feels good. It's sometimes I feel like a little bit of a not a fraudster, but sometimes I have real doubts about what I'm doing in the comics work and wonder if I'll actually be able to maintain it and what I want to do with it. I get real self-doubt about what I'm actually doing. I feel like I'm kind of okay at what I do. Never terrible, but never great, and just wonder if people are enjoying what I do. And sometimes I forget to enjoy it myself, which is the important thing. Yeah, so there you go. I just finished work. I'm going to do some lying in bed and being a little sleepy, and but I'm going to work on some stuff. I'm going to do some writing before I go to bed at a later start, and a little bit of a later start tomorrow, but I want to get up a little early so I can work on stuff. I'm going to be packaging some Kickstarter stuff, so I wanted to use up some of the morning for that, getting those ready. Got a good hat hair at the moment, and yes, that's it really. Getting stuff ready and doing some writing tomorrow before I go to work. Touching on that idea of being a fraudster or a self-doubt thing, I was telling someone today a little story. Not a very interesting one, but I will tell it to you. Back in England, in my college days, I used to play soccer football, and I wasn't very good. I was never very good at it. I had decent stamina, so I could run around a lot, so sometimes I get used for that, but a lot of the time I wasn't good enough to get on many teams. I did have trials, or I went to the trials and did okay, but then I injured my ankle. It was probably for the best, because if I had actually got on any team, I would have been found out very quickly. And then the model that they had at the college was, I think there were 7 teams. Then you had sort of smaller teams. You had halls of residence, 11 or 14 of those, and then you had departments, which would have teams. And halls of residence and departments can meet in or inter cup competitions, and the 7 university teams would go out and play in competitive matches against other universities. And my hall of residence was St Patrick's at Reading. The people who ran the team, I went along to training, but like I said, I wasn't very good. But they also, they were very dismissive. They were a little clique of friends that knew each other from back home, and they kind of made it feel like, if you weren't part of their friend group, then you had no chance of getting into the team. And sometimes, you kind of encounter that in life where you feel like even if you're just making up the numbers, that it'd be nice to be involved. And sometimes you're not even involved when it is to make up the numbers. So there you go. Sucks. But anyway, so rather than playing on the St Patrick's team, I actually joined the history department team. It was just made up of people who were studying history. I studied ancient history and archaeology. There was a couple of people who were okay, but the team itself wasn't great. And lo and behold, we were drawn in a cup competition against St Patrick's Hall. So I was up against all of those people that were in the clique, however you say it. I say clique. And we turn up to the game, and it was a grey, rainy day, Saturday, I believe, and we only had 10 players. We couldn't even field a full strength team, but we agreed to play the match anyway. So we go up against the St. Patrick's team, and I'm on the history team. And in the first few minutes, the history team scores. Pretty simple goal, a nice pass forward to our lone striker, and he scored. And then for the remainder of the game, for something like 70 or 80 minutes, we held on to win 1-0. And I tried really hard. I worked really hard at defending. I cleared a couple of balls. I headed a ball off the line. I tackled the St. Patrick's team, and we won 1-0. It was very nice to be on that team and to beat the clique. And I remember how ungracious they were in defeat. They didn't take it very well. I went over to say congratulations or thanks or something. Basically, you say thanks or well done after any sporting event in the UK. And none of them really wanted to shake my hands or talk about it. So, sometimes you see the cool kids in their clique and you think to yourself, man, why are they ignoring me? I wish I could be part of that group. And then when it comes down to it, they're actually jerks. And your team of people that trying hard and doing their thing and out to be okay. So there's your parable for the night. I'm going to go to writing, and I'm all droopy, tired. So I will see you tomorrow. This was day 41, 100 Days of Making Comics, Jamie Gamble. Tomorrow is Wednesday, New Comic Book Day, so be sure to check out Comixology Submit. There's always some fun stuff on there. And if there's nothing new that takes your fancy, I have books on there too. You can search for those. They're all DRM free nowadays, apparently. Okay, good night.